What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Coop's House. So we're back on the Chevelle build. So this is actually the first week of us being strictly focused on the Chevelle. So you guys remember from last week, we said that we were gonna put the square body on hold so we could put all of our time and energy into this car because we only have a little over a month to get this thing ready for racing season this year. So, you guys remember last week, we went ahead and we got the panels built for the trunk floor. We didn't leave them in, we took them back out because we wanted to get a coat of paint on the frame and all of that stuff to make that look better. So this week, we're gonna go ahead and rough up those panels so we can get those shot with some paint, get them put back in the trunk, get them held in with rivets. We're gonna hopefully get to the point of replacing that other passenger floor pan that we had to replace so that we're able to paint the whole floor, and that way we're to the point of actually going ahead, putting the dash in, start running wiring and everything, and hopefully be ready to start this thing up for the very first time. I know we've said that a bunch, we just haven't got there yet. So hopefully we're almost there. We've got a couple of days this week, so we should be able to make all of that happen. Lord willing, I really hope so. So, let's get to work right now. The trunk floor kind of in. Got a couple rivets left we're gonna have to put in. I had marked out a place to drill a hole for a rivet every 2 inches, but when we put it in there, I started looking and I was like, that may be a little bit overkill, and I really don't want to drill that many holes because I realized there were like a bunch of them on both sides, so it was a little much. So we just kind of eyeballed it. We put them in, decent distance apart, and made them look the same on both sides. So it worked for me. So anyway, all that's in. So I've got a couple more to put in on the very sides to pull those down, and then we're gonna go ahead and get the wheel tubs put in, get those riveted to the frame and also to the rear trunk floor pieces. That's what we put this little kick up right here for. We wanted to be able to attach the wheel tubs so that they kind of hold rigid. So that's gonna kind of be the next thing we do. And then we've got some aerosol bed liner. That's what I'm gonna do this with because, you know, it's pretty durable and we're gonna have fuel and everything else back here. So we wanted to use something that's gonna be kind of durable and not, you know, wear off over time because of fuel or anything else. So Gonna put in a few more rivets, get the wheel tubs in, and then we're gonna shoot some bed liner. Floors are in, wheel tubs are in, everything is riveted down permanently. I was fixing to go ahead and shoot it with the bed liner so that we could move on, be done with this, but I started thinking about it, and we actually still need to cut the sump out for the fuel cell. So I'm gonna find my measurements here on the center of the floor, and we're gonna make it to match this fuel cell. This isn't the fuel cell we're gonna use, but it's the same one. We just gotta buy a new one because this one's disgusting inside. So I'm gonna take measurements of this, and then we're gonna mark it out on there, cut the floor out, and then this will sit in there so that the sump is low, so that fuel runs downhill to the fittings, through the pump, to the motor. So we're gonna mark this thing out and get it cut. Okay guys, so we got the trunk floor sprayed with the bed liner. We went ahead and sprayed the wheel tubs on in the car too. We didn't record all of that, but we just did it on camera. So everything is painted, trunk floor's in, sump is cut out, ready for the fuel cell, and this is just the first day we have this week. We actually have two. So tomorrow, we're gonna focus on getting the passenger floor pan replaced and then getting all those welds ground down so we can shoot the floor with this bed liner as well inside. So that way we can get the dash in, start doing some wiring and stuff like that. Probably not gonna get that far, but we're at least gonna get that floor finished out tomorrow. So we got a lot accomplished today, which is really, really exciting because that just puts us that much further down the road. So we're gonna call it a day today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. So we're out here. This is the second day this week we've had to work on the Chevelle. So yesterday we got a lot done. We were able to actually go ahead and get the trunk floor in the car. We got the wheel tubs in, got everything secured. So today our focus is gonna be finishing out the floor pans in the car so we can get those sprayed. So then we can actually get ready to start this thing up. So we're about to get to work cutting out this passenger floor pan because we've already replaced the driver's side. And we have a little bit of welding left to do over there. But yeah, so we're about to get to work cutting on this thing some more. right, so now that we've got the floor pan fitted, you guys remember if you watched the other video, next thing we're gonna do is cut out about 1 inch below the line that we marked around the outside of the replacement floor pan, so that way the floor pan has something to sit on, and then we'll just weld actually across the seam here. So we're about to get to work cutting this out, and then there's a couple spot welds right through here that we'll have to take the air chisel to get those out. But once we cut that out, be able to set the new pan in, weld all the way around the outside of it, and then all we really have to do then is build the couple little pieces we have to build, grind down the welds, paint the floor, and we are done with floor pans. So, about to get cutting. Okie doke, so we've got the floor cut out and we have the new pan fitted in. So we're gonna do just like we did over here. I'm gonna put in a few tack welds and then come back and try to tap everything down with one of my body hammers to make sure that everything fits nice and tight. And then as we do that, we're just gonna keep filling it in until finally we're just gonna come all the way around with a solid weld. And then we'll be done with this. We'll be ready to grind this down and ready to get the floor ready to be sprayed. And then we'll be ready to be done for the week. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing welded. so passenger floor pan is in. We ground down all the welds. We didn't grind them down perfectly smooth, try to make them pretty, anything like that, because we do plan on carpeting the car. So we're gonna go ahead and spray it with the spray and bed liner, which like we did the trunk. And then later on, after everything's finished, we're not cutting, not doing body work, anything like that. We're gonna put the carpet in on top of it. We don't want to do that until everything's finished because we don't want to ruin the carpet right off the bat. So anyway, we're gonna shoot the floor with this, and we're gonna be done for the day. So oh, I do want to mention, so we cut a hole in the floor here. That's where our dipstick tube is gonna be. It was near impossible to run the dipstick tube in there and get it to fit and all that stuff. So we're gonna shorten the dipstick tube, put it in through the inside of the car, and that'll be where we put our transmission fluid in, check our transmission fluid, things like that. So did want to mention that real quick, but let's shoot this thing and let's be done for the day. Okay guys, so we have reached the end of another episode of Coop's House.
Very productive week.
We did have a very productive week, and in celebration of that, it means it is time to pop a chalky. Pop a chalky when you're sad, pop a chalky when you're happy.
Oh, I almost thought you had the last one.
Ooh. So, yes, so we got the trunk floor finished up, got the floor pans finished up in the car, and actually got everything painted. So we had a really, really good week this week.
Very good week.
Which means you're not going to want to miss our next episode, because next episode we're going to be putting in the dash, wiring everything in, and we're looking at the first startup of the Chevelle.
Hopefully next week we can start it.
Oh no. Oh no. We'll be starting this mug next week. So you guys are going to want to tune in, especially if you like the sound of race cars, because we're going to get to hear this thing run.
Yes.
I'm making that promise. We're cranking this car up next week. So, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications so you know when we post. Talk to us in the comments, because we like hearing from you guys.
Yes. And also follow our social media, Facebook, Instagram. Just made a Snapchat.
Yeah, we have a Snapchat now.
Yeah, that's for exclusive behind the scenes. So if y'all have Snapchat, add us.
Yes, make sure you tune in. So, appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.